Okay, so for this question, I will take the solution here first. Okay, then I will explain based on that. Okay, 5b1 is over here. Okay, for this question, right, the interesting part is that uh, they use V and W now, and it's a bit confusing when it comes to V and W. I do realize that. Okay, so uh, okay, can you see this part? Okay, when we say that we have this V and W, okay, which means we intended to do a composite function. Am I right? Okay, so 5b1 for WV, okay, first step, remember, you will have to do the WVX. Okay, write it like that. Wait, hold on. Someone come in. Danusha. Okay, let's admit first. Okay, start the recording already. Okay, I'll close this one. Okay, so here you are. V and W. So when you have this WX, okay, let me see. This is my pen. Okay. When I have a WVX, it's a composite function. So remember that you have to do like this. Okay. Then remember that your W, okay, previously, what do you have with your W? Your WX is X plus 2, right? So this is when you have WX, which is, okay, X plus 2, okay? So now, when you have your X become the whole Vx, so your X also has to be the whole Vx. So initially it was X plus 2, but now you have to put in the X has become the whole Vx. So what is the whole Vx? The whole Vx is given this one, right? 2x minus 1, x minus 1. So put it in. Okay. So you can see this is how I solve it. Okay. Yeah. And then now the next step to solve a function in this way, right, is that you have to make both the same numerator. Okay, let's do a bit of revision here. Okay, do you remember that when you have, let's say, what do you call that? 1 over 3 plus 4 over 9. So if you have things like that, right, last time you have to times 3 times 3. Why? Because you want the denominator to be the same, isn't it? So that you can do the plus. Then you get 3 plus 4. So it becomes 7 over 9. Okay, so same thing here. If I have changed it now to 1 over 3 x minus 2 plus 4 over 9. Same case like this one. Okay, but now the thing is I have added in the unknown. Okay, so we're going to do exactly the same. Okay, why I cannot enlarge anymore? Okay. Okay. Mhm. Okay, so never mind. So this one we will make it the same by multiplying each other. Okay, the denominator that each other have. Why? Okay, you see this one. What you're doing here is actually highest common factor, right? HCM. Do you agree? When you do this one, right, you find the HCM, highest common multiple, because you they are numbers. You can still find out the highest common multiple easily. Okay, but now when you have this one as a 3x minus 2, there's no way that we can find the highest common multiple. So we just try to multiply each other. Okay, how do we do that? We will usually multiply here top and bottom by 9. This one top and bottom by 3x minus 2. Okay, then you can solve it. Okay, that's how we solve, so that the bottom now will have 9, and then 3x minus 2, you can expand them slowly. And here you have 9 plus 4, and then 3x minus 2. Is that okay? So this is a quick revision. So I back it to here, as I mentioned, okay? So my top and bottom, I have to multiply by x minus 1, okay? So here I'm going to multiply by x minus 1. This one isn't very, what do you call that? Corporate. So I'm going to write it here, okay? Let's change to my black pen, okay? So it will be equal to, just now I mentioned 2x minus 1 over x minus 1 plus 2, okay? So with that, top and bottom, we times the x minus 1. Why? Okay, when we write nothing, right, it means 1 here, okay? So top and bottom also multiply by x minus 1, okay? So that now the whole thing, you have x minus 1 at the bottom, okay? Then with that, you can have 2x minus 1, copy back, and then plus 2, putting also x minus 1. So now you can expand, okay? Wow, my house a lot of mosquito keep biting me. Okay, let's move on here. X minus 1. Okay, now you can expand. 2x minus 1 plus 2x minus 2. Okay, so 2x plus 2x, 4x minus 1 minus 2 minus 3. Is that okay? I repeat now, 2x plus 2x minus 1 minus 2, then minus 3, and then x minus 1. Is there any way to simplify? May I know, is there any way to simplify? Come on, I want some response. Okay, because I realized that if there's no response, I don't know where you are. Okay, if you're okay, can you please respond yes, or you raise up your hand? Okay, put up your hand if you think that you are okay after I solve this one. This one is 5 by B1. Okay, is that okay? Yeah, most of you got it. Let me check here. Oh, there's so many people. Sorry. Okay. So, can you understand? Yanning, Shazana, Hannah, you yourself who asked the question, is it okay?
Yeah, sure.
Can understand? So I'm going to put it
Sure.
into the PowerPoint. So later on, you all can. Yes.
For if in exam I don't write x equals to x is not equals to 1, is that
X is not equals to what?
in
Come again.
exam if I don't write x, don't
Oh,
x not
don't let
equal
X
to
what?
1?
Yeah, you are right. Actually, I just realized that. Okay, here I didn't write down. It's incomplete, the answer. So make it a habit, everyone, that whenever you have, okay, where's my pen? Okay, here. So I have to always equals to x not equals to 1. Okay, the reason is that uh, uh, you have to mention that x is any number but except 1. Okay, x can be any number except 1. So you have to mention x not equals to 1. Okay, this is a important step here. Okay, let me just put a star here. Okay, why? Because if you don't write this one, it will be considered as incomplete answer. Okay, um so far in the SPM, right, they don't really penalize this part. Okay, meaning if you don't write, they don't actually penalize you, but you won't know that, any year, if the questions are all happen to be easy and there's a lot of people scoring well, then the marking scheme may become strict. Okay, so the best way I always teach you is do the right thing. You do the most correct thing, right? You don't have to be afraid of whether you will have a loose mark or anything lah. Oh, so many mosquitoes. Okay, yeah. Any more question? Good question, Hannah. Okay, because I realized that many of you don't like to write or forgotten to write or don't even know that you have to write. Okay, so that's a good question. All right. Any more? Any more question? Let me check the chat. Okay, for those latecomers, I was telling everyone that if you have problem solving the question, you can ask now, because the first 1 hour will be solving problem. The next 1 hour, I want to go to chapter 2. Okay, so let me check the chat box. Okay, there's no more questions. Oh, okay, Faiza got 1.3 question 3, right? Okay, so let's go on to that question. Oh, yeah, I should take out from here so that everybody can read the question first. Okay, 1.3 question 3. It's inverse. Okay, inverse is really tougher. Okay, so 1.3 question 3. Okay, this is the composite function. 1.3 is composite. Sorry. Yeah, 1.3 is composite. So question 3, okay. Let's take out the question first. 1.3 question 3. Okay, so we are going to solve question 3 now. Okay, so this question, okay, you have to know, remember that we have learned either fist or foil. Okay, so when the question gave you question 3, okay, the question give you the gfx. Okay, gfx, which is x minus 6. Gfx, which is x minus 6. And then they also gave you gx, which is 4x minus 3. Okay. They ask you to find two things, f and also fg. Okay, so now you have to tell me the one that they want you to find out is f. Is it inside or outside? So we say that the G is the outside, right? So the F is the inside. Okay, let me label for you. I think because Faiza didn't attend the last lesson. Okay, so we do it slowly. So this is called outside. Okay, this is called inside. Okay, so we always do the inside first, then followed by the outside. Okay, so remember we said find outside what? Okay, so we go on with the inside first, because inside is easier. Find inside, substitute. Okay, find inside, substitute. Okay, so what is this? Means if you want to find the inside one, you just have to substitute. Okay, so that is the case where, let's say, I think the first one is find outside, right? Oh, this one is find outside also. This one is find inside. Yeah, I think this case they give you gfx, right? They want f is find inside. So this is the case lah. Okay, and then we say one more time, find outside, inverse. Okay, so the question number 1 is actually find outside. So later we will revise again on question 1 lah. Okay, so now we do question 3 first. So this is find inside, substitute. So like this case, okay, so this is find inside because they want you to find the f. The f is inside. Okay, so we use find inside, substitute. Okay, so what is find inside, substitute? Which means now when I have gx, can you see that when you have gx, right, it is 4x minus 3. So can I write it here first? When I have gx, it is 4x minus 3. So when I have g fx, okay, that means the question want me to make the x become fx. So which means when I have gx, I will do the 4x minus 3. Am I right? 4x minus 3. But now, what is my x? My x has become the whole fx. So the whole fx, do you know what is that? You don't know. That's what you want to find. So that's why you will put here whole fx in. Is that okay? So it becomes 4 fx minus 3. Okay, now what is your g of x? Is it given? It is given, right? X minus 6. So I can write down here x minus 6. Okay, so now some of you may lost. Ayo, how to continue? So actually, you must remember that you are finding your fx ma. So you have your fx here already. It's just that your fx times 4. So just put your 4fx one side first. Then this number minus 3 you don't want, you bring it here, become plus 3. Okay, bring it here, become plus 3. So you have x minus 6 plus 3. Okay, then you have, okay, we rewrite 4fx, I write it here. Then you will have x minus 6 plus 3, you can use calculator, become minus 3. Okay, so fx, you don't want the 4, this is 4 times fx ma. So times the opposite of it will be divide. So the answer will be x minus 3 over 4. Okay, so this is part 1. Part 1. That's my pen. Okay, so this is part 1. And okay, so part 1 done. Then now I use part 2 black pen. Okay, so part 2, 3, 2. Okay, so now since you have your f and then you have your g, you can rewrite them first. Okay, so that you can know them better. Yes, you're going to solve them now. X minus 3 over 4. And then you have your gx, which is, what is that, your gx? 4x minus 3, right? So now they want you to do a composite, which is fgx. Then what you are doing will be the whole x here become gx. Okay, so the whole x, this one, let me write it on top here with red one. Okay, if you have fx, right, then it is x minus 3 over 4. Okay, okay, someone coming in with okay. Okay, because I hear a lot of feedback that I forgot to put them in, so they cannot come in. And they have to be like urgent, ask friend to tell me to let them come in. Okay, so let us put them in. Okay, now we continue. All right, so I always want you to have this habit. Okay, remember that fgx, always write here first that you have f and then gx. Okay, so now again a reflection. Okay, if you have fgx, the x minus 3 over 4, the whole x no more, okay, become the gx. So what is your gx here? Okay, this x minus 3 over 4, then the whole thing inside the is become the gx. Okay, I write one here. Okay, by right should be f and then gx like that. Okay, yeah, so the whole gx is in the x here. So do you realize that this x has become the whole of gx that you're going to put in now? Okay, so what is your gx? 4x minus 3. Okay, so that now you can have 4x minus 3 minus 3 minus 6 over 4. Okay, girls, you have to have an awareness that because this is 4, 6, and 4, they are all multiple of 2. So if you stop here, right, you're going to lose mark, you know. You're going to lose mark as in you don't get your final answer mark. You only get 1 mark, which is here. By right, you should get 1 more mark, which is simplifying. So you have to know that 4 and 6 and 4, they are all multiple of 2. So what you can do is divide all by 2, okay? Or the safest way is you factorize out the 2 first so that you have 2x minus 3. How many of you don't know how to factorize? Can you raise your hand? How many of you don't know how to factorize? Can you raise your hand? How many don't know how to factorize? Can you raise your hand? Factorize as in like this, meaning I take out the 2. This one is called factorize. How many of you don't know? Can you raise your hand? So that I know who you are, then I can help you. Everybody know how to factorize? That is good. Are you sure or not? This is a session where you can be frank to me. Then I can help you personally, okay, when I see you in class. Otherwise, I wouldn't know that you cannot factorize. How many of you don't know? How many of you don't know? Or no? Okay, that's good. Okay, so I just repeat here again that factorization means you take out their common multiple. Okay, so let's say this one, 4 and 6, right? They are all in a multiple of 2. So I take out the 2 first. Okay, so after I take out the 2, these 2 and the 4 I can simplify. So you can see here the 2 and the 4. Now I can simplify, become 2, 2, 4, 1, 2, 2. Okay, so with that I can make them all simplified. Okay, so now it becomes 1 times 2x minus 3, so become 2x minus 3 only, and then over 2. Okay, so yeah, this is the simplified one. So that's it for this part. Okay, so this is the final answer for 3, 2. Can you understand? Can or not? Can I see hands if you can understand? Okay, all right, everyone. Yeah, good. I can see all the hands. Okay, all right, let's move on, continue. Yeah, you can put down your hand. Okay, so I want to continue a bit with this one, number 1, because question 1 is finding the outside one. Okay, so let's just take let me see, blue color pen, not yet. Okay, so we will do with blue color pen. So question number 1 now. Okay, this one. So question 1 is quite a good one because it's the tough one. Okay, so I have fx equals to x plus 1 over 2, and then I have my gfx, which is 3x plus 2. Okay, okay, 3x plus 2. All right, so now this one is finding outside. Okay, finding outside because they want you to find what is your gx. Okay, so finding outside, inverse. This is the foil that we are going to use now. Okay, so finding outside, inverse. First thing, we are given g f x. Remember, I always say that you have to write down this step first so that you are clear in your mind that what you are finding is the whole x in the g become fx. Okay, so g fx is given by 3x plus 2. I substitute first. Okay, then what is my gfx? I don't have the outside, so I don't know what to do, right? But I write down first that the fx is x plus 1 over 2. Okay, okay, x plus 1 over 2. So what I'm going to do now is, remember, finding outside inverse. So the inverse is actually this one. This is actually your inverse part. Okay, so I'm going to do here that let y, remember inverse means you have to begin with y and then end with x. Remember this slogan? Okay, so that's why now you begin with y. Let y become the star one, which is x plus 1 over 2. Okay, so now you have to make your n with x. So let's do 2y equals to x plus 1. Okay, then you want x equals to 2y minus 1. Okay, so that's it. So now this is your inverse. So you're going to put in here, yeah? Let me continue this part. Okay, so 3x plus 2 equals to this one. Okay, let's do the easier one first. The g, okay, x plus 1 over 2, we let it become y. Do you see here? That's why I put it as gy. Is it okay? Then now here, this is 3x plus 2. So the 3 and then the x plus 2. So the x here will be this one. Okay, so it will be 3 and then your x become 2y minus 1. Then plus 2 equals to gy. Is it clearer? Yeah. So this one becomes 6y minus 3 plus 2. This one is equals to gy. Okay. Everybody clear? Then now we want to have, okay, let's simplify first. So gy equals to 6y minus 1. So the question 1 gx ma. So we just write gx is 6x minus 1. Is it okay? Can I see hands if you can understand better now? This is the case for foil, piece foil. Okay. Can I see hands if you can understand? Okay, good. Okay. Can yeah? Okay, good. Yeah, Manjari, are you okay? Anna? Okay. Yeah, so put down your hand, please. Good. I can see more people getting more understanding. Because why this part is the one that you hate most? Okay, because when I teach you, right, somehow you haven't learned inverse yet. Okay, so you will find it tough. But I do remember that I go on with inverse first, then only come back to this part. Okay, so most of you are picking up the pace. Yeah, because in maths, right, this chapter 1 and 2 are the one that you can score. Okay, so I want to focus on that. Okay, any more? Any more question? Can I check here? But I know, but cannot do during exam. Hannah, that's a good question. How come you know, but you cannot do in exam? Ne? Is it you panic or you just go blank or you have not enough revision, so it's not in your blood? So when you want to call it out, right, you just suddenly cannot find it. Then it become blank. Is it like that? Can you turn on your mic and tell me, please? Yeah, can you turn on your mic and tell me, please? Very quiet again. Hester, you are here? It's good. Can you put down your hand, Hester? Yeah. Don't know she is where or in which window. Okay. Any more question to ask? How about 1.4? Have anyone tried 1.4 or not yet? Okay. Let us go on with 1.4 lah, huh? Let me see what's the time now. Okay, 8:08. I still have uh, okay, I still have about 30 minutes. Okay, let's go on to 1.4. Okay. Okay, so sorry, this is already overshoot already. Okay, yeah, here 1.4. Okay, I think I have done question 1, remember previously. Okay, Anyone still don't understand question 1? Can you raise your hand now? Anyone still don't understand question 1? Can you raise your hand now? Anyone still don't understand question 1? Let me see here. Okay. I have about 20 of you here, 21. Okay. May I know whether question 1, the one that we discussed last lesson, can you understand? If you can you raise your hand? At least I know that that part is done. Oh, question 1 can understand, huh? Juliana, are you with us? Jasmira, Kanaga, Sangita, Shazana. Okay, Faiza, can understand or cannot? Okay, can okay, everybody is good. All right, so which means I don't have to go through that again. I will go on to question 2. Okay, so thank you. You can put down your hand. So anytime that when I discuss, right, you don't understand, please raise your hand. So let's move on to question 2. Okay, I think this part is good, so I just straight away solve this part. So question 2. Okay, you are given your gx is 5 minus 3x. And then you have another one given is g inverse x. Okay, g inverse f, so you get 4x. Okay, this is a good question. Why? Because it involves all that you have learned. So the question, part 1, okay, they want f inverse negative 4. Okay, so, oh, this one, no, I see wrongly already. Sorry, this one is question 2. They want you to find f. I remember this question. It's very tough. Okay, why? Because it involves all that you need to know in this chapter. Okay, so the question 1, f x. So it's over here. Okay, put down like that so that you know what you need to solve. All right, so here fx is inside, but again the inside is f inverse, which means in your mind you have, yeah. Anyone stop me just now? Oh, I forgot to share screen. Oh. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Sorry. I go and stop it because I check on you. Okay. Yeah. So okay. Can see my screen now? And okay. Let's move on. Okay. So here, this question 2, 1.4, has everything that you have to know. Okay. So far, excuse me. Okay. So here, question asks for fx. Okay, so in your mind, right, you have to know this one is finding inside, right? Okay, let me use the red pen to remind you this is the inside. So again, in your mind, you have to know that you want to use find inside fees substitute. Okay, finding inside substitute. But again, when you substitute, you are getting f inverse. So you have to do one more step, which is to find the inverse of f inverse. Because remember, when you have this one going here, if this is f inverse, the opposite of it will be f. Then you get back what you want. Okay, so there's 2 steps here that you have to do. First thing, find inside substitute. Okay, that's in your mind. Then, okay, I should write down like that, yeah. Okay, so in your mind, you have to sketch out what you want to do. Okay, so the very first one is find inside substitute. Second one is find the inverse for f inverse. Okay, then you will have I shouldn't write like that. You will find the inverse of f inverse, which I write it like that. The inverse of f inverse, which will be f. Okay, agree? Yeah. So that's 2 steps here. Let's do it. Okay, so let me use black color. Cool. The very first step is f fees. Okay, we start with fees first. So fees will be gf inverse. So let's do it. We have gf inverse given to us. So remember, always write down this, G F inverse X. Okay. Then GF inverse X is given, right? It is 4X. So I'll make use of this 4X here first. Okay, equals to GF inverse. So G, what is my G? Okay, let's recall, yeah. If I have GX, then it will be 5 minus 3X. 5 minus 3X. So I'll write it here first. 5 minus 3X. 5 minus 3X. Is it correct? I write like that. Is it correct? Can anybody tell me, is it correct? Can anybody tell me if it's correct? If I write down straight away 5 minus 3X. It is wrong, isn't it? Okay, why is it wrong? Because I'm supposed to substitute this X with the F inverse X. F inverse X. Do you understand now? Yeah, so we use the function G because the G is the outside function. It's just that the whole X has become F inverse. That's why when I write down 5 minus 3X, my X, the whole X also become F inverse X. Okay, because F inverse X is what that I don't know. Okay, so now the same process again. So I have substituted with my F inverse, which is my inside. Okay, so now I want to make this positive lah. So I'll bring this here become negative 3 minus 3 become plus 3, yeah. 3 F inverse X. Then it is equals to 5 minus 4X. As in like exchange, this one will come here, this one I'm moving here. Okay, so I will have 3 inverse Fx. So I just want my F inverse X here. So it will be 5 minus 4X over 3. Is it clear? So now I have my F inverse X. I done with my step 1. Okay, this is step 1 here, done. Okay, yeah. So now I'm going to step 2, which is I'm going to find my inverse. So begin with Y, end with X. So let Y equals to 5 minus 4X over 3. Okay, so I'm doing my step 2 now. Then I'm going to continue to be 3y equals to 5 minus 4x. So I'm going to end with x. Remember that. So I'm going to put my x positive to easy deal with things. So that I have 5 minus 3y. So my x is 5 minus 3y over 4. So this will be my inverse. So the inverse of f inverse, as I mentioned here, the inverse of f inverse will be the function f. Right? So I got it. So I will write it here that this is my fx equals to 5 minus 3x over 4. Okay, I repeat, yeah. Actually, here I should write as fy. I can write as fy first. Then here this is 3y. Okay, because this one is follow, I copy down. But if you are someone faster, you can straight away write fx equals to 5 minus 3x over 4. Is it okay? Can or cannot? Can already, yeah, everyone? Okay, any more question that you want me to solve? Question number 3, can do or not? Can, can do, question 3. How about the rest? Oh, haven't tried yet. Okay. Find some time to try it, okay? Because the more you do, the more confident you are, okay? So, any more questions? If no, then I want to straight away move on to chapter 2. Okay. I want to launch a poll so that I want to know now. Any more questions? Or the second option, No. Okay. Move on, chapter 2. Okay. Or second option is still got teacher solve and show us. Okay. So I launched these two. So I'm asking any more question? No. Move on to chapter 2, or you think still got teacher solve and show us? No more, good. Okay, I have 5 votes there. Everybody please vote. I have about 20 people here. Okay, majority goes to no. Move on to chapter 2. All right, good. Then I'll stop here. So let's move on to chapter 2. Okay. 15 votes. Okay, more than enough. All right, let me share screen. Okay, let's move on to chapter 2. So I want to start off with this one. I think I use snipping tool easier lah, huh? Okay. If I put this in, I'll check. All right, so I will put this in. Now, new slide. Okay. Okay. So now let me start with chapter 2. So when we talk about chapter 2, the topic you must know first. What's the topic, everyone? What's the title of the topic? Nobody knows. Hey, y'all keep quiet like that. I'm not going to do next week already. Okay? Because I feel like I'm talking to myself. Yeah? Nobody? Nobody? Thank you. Quadratic function. Forgot what is it called. It's as if like so long already, Kaylee. The title is Quadratic Equations and Functions. Okay, so Manjari, you get it 50%. Okay, yeah, but at least better than those who just keep quiet, because when now you are doing online, I don't know whether you are at the back of a screen or you are doing something else or you're brushing your teeth. Okay, I don't know. Okay, so actually I think I required you to be more actively participate. Is not too mean, right? At least I know that there's someone there to listen to me. Okay, so all right, let me use this one maybe. Okay, yeah. So when we talk about completing with okay, so the topic chapter 2. Okay, chapter 2, it's called Quadratic Equations and Functions. Okay, now this is in O syllabus, right? It is divided to 2 parts. In fact, 2 chapters. Chapter 2 is quadratic equation. Chapter 3 is quadratic function. Now they actually rearrange it and combine both. Okay, that's the only difference. Okay, so we will focus on this one. First part, quadratic equation. Then only the second part, we will go on with quadratic function. So this chapter, I definitely cannot finish it today because there's so many subtopic of it. But I will focus mainly on quadratic equation first lah today. Okay, so when we talk about quadratic equation, what is the first thing that we have to know in mind is general form. Okay, you even learn this in your modern maths. So can anyone tell me what's general form? Anyone? Nobody? Ax squared plus bx plus c equals to 0. Yes. Okay. Someone try to answer me. Is it? Who is that?
Sorry, teacher. I accidentally opened my mic.
Okay. Accidentally open your mic. Why not you answer me? What
Teacher,
is general form? Who am I speaking to?
Manjari.
Oh, Manjari. Okay. So Manjari, what is general form?
X squared plus bx plus c equals
Yeah,
to
thank
0.
you. Yeah. Thank you. Okay, so what you have just mentioned is very important. As long as a general form is having uh, x squared and then x and equal to 0, then you can call it as general form. Let us do a quick revision here. If I have 3x squared plus 2x plus 1 equals to 0, is this general form? Yes or no, everyone? Can you turn on your mic and tell me? Yes or no? No, I'm being serious here. If nobody want to answer to me, right, I won't be doing this again anymore next week. Okay, we have had it for the past 3 weeks. Okay, and the result was quite good. Okay, it's just that I don't want you to be like so passive, so that I'm talking to myself. Then I won't want to do it. Can I? Can I hear that if this is what do you call it? Is this a general form?
Yes.
Yes. All these people got no. Yeah. Thank you. All right. Yes. Thank you. You got no mic, is it? Or you can turn on your mic. Just give me a simple yes lah. Easier. Okay. Then I have to type because I have to like that. Then I cannot. I have to like that. Then only can check you. Okay. So here ax squared plus bx plus c. So this is one of the example. Okay. 3x squared plus 2x plus 1. How about if I have 1 over 5, change to red color. Okay, what about if I have 1 over 5 x squared plus 3 equals to 0? Is this a general form?
No.
Okay, why no? Leh? Why no? Leh?
There's no C.
There's no C. There's no C here, what? This one is plus 1 also, what? This one,
Plus
it,
no
it
FB.
don't have FB. Or don't have BX, is it? Is it a must to have BX?
Yeah.
The answer is no. Okay, meaning this is also a general form. Why? Because as long as they have x squared, okay, and then this equation is so happen to be plus 0x and then plus 3. So plus 0x, you don't have to write what, because it's 0. Okay, so it is a general form. Is that okay? And then the a is 1 over 5. It's fine. Okay, so here you can write 1 over 5 is a, your b is 0, your c is 3. So is this a general form? The answer is yes. Is that okay? Okay, how about this one? 2x squared plus 3x plus 2. Is this a general form?
No.
Why no?
There's no
Equals to 0 don't have.
Yeah, they don't have equals to 0. Do you see that? So whenever no equals to 0, then cannot. Okay. So whenever they have no equals to 0, it is not even an equation. You call it what? This is not even an equation. Yeah, it is a function. So this is not. Okay. So is it clear, everyone? This is the basic, yeah. You have to make sure that you know. Okay. If you don't, then you go back to the very front part of the chapter. Okay, let's move on here. So I'm going to erase this one. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to erase this one because what I want to do is all in one screen, yeah, so that it becomes like a faster way for you to revise it. Okay. So let me take this off. All right. So to solve general form, right? Okay. This chapter mainly for equation is asking you to solve only. Okay. So the keyword here is solve. So when you are asked to solve, right, how many ways you can solve? Okay. Let's do a quick revision. Okay, we have 3 methods. All right. Let's don't write this so ugly. Okay. When you're asked to solve, you have 3 methods. First method is factorization. Okay. So when you have factorization, it is something like you have to have two bracket equals to 0. Okay, let us have an what do you call that? X plus x cannot minus x minus 6. Okay, x square minus x minus 6 equals to 0. Okay, can you tell me with your calculator now, everyone? What do you get? What do you get? X squared plus x equals to 6. So what's your A? What's your A here?
One.
Anybody tell me? My A is 1, right? And then my B is?
Negative 1.
Negative one.
Very good. C is negative 6. Okay, is it a nice number that you are getting? Calculator, please.
Yeah, 3.
Okay,
Uh,
what do you get? Your X is?
3.
Okay, and then another one?
Negative 2.
Negative 2.
Yes. So to differentiate between these two x, right, I can actually label them as x1 and x2 lah. Okay. But usually we don't do it in class because they are all x. So x equals to 3, x equals to negative 2. So remember that in class I teach you that you must show these two brackets. Yeah. For every class I teach the same. This is a crucial step because without this step, right, people know that you are pressing on calculator. So positive 3, the opposite of it is negative 3. Minus 2, the opposite is plus 2. So write down your x here, your x here. Okay, so when you expand, oh, someone coughed very loud just now. Take good care of yourself, drink more water.
Sorry, teacher.
No problem. Okay. I am glad that you can turn on your mic and answer me, Kanaga. Okay. So x times x, we have x squared. Okay. And then remember, I told you to also check the back. Negative 3 times positive 2, you get negative 6 back. Okay. Then you're pass. Remember that because sometimes I told you that because the whole equation is not simplified, that's why when you factorize it, you don't get back, then you are wrong. So always remember that. So when in case you don't get back, right, which means you need to further simplify your equation. Okay. What I mean is like that. Sometimes the equation can be tricky. They give you like that. Okay, let me write in red. Okay. Sometimes the equation might give you something tricky one. No, they give you 2x squared minus 2x minus 12 equals to 0. Then you press calculator with this, you will still get these two answers. But the thing is, when you multiply back, right, the x times x, you don't get back 2x squared. Then you must be alert that, which means all these should be able to further simplify. Then you test with your calculator, everything divide. Okay, like this case, by right, you should get x squared. But the equation try to be tricky by giving you 2x squared. Then you should be aware that, okay, everything I divide by 2. So if you divide by 2, then you can get back this one. So now you should write this as your function and not this one, which means you have to add in one more line here. Is it understand now? Okay, because I teach you already when we the important step is you must check your x and x, you get back x squared. Okay, if your x and x, you didn't get back x squared, but you get 2x squared, which means the whole function has to be divided by 2. Is it okay? You can be further dividing all by a 2. Okay, because 0 divided by 2 is anyway still 0. All right, so that is factorization. This one for nice number that you are doing it. Okay, so now we move on to second method. Who can tell me what is the second method that you use to solve?
Quadratic formula.
Very good. Quadratic
Yeah.
formula. I can hear there's Michelle, is it? Okay, quadratic formula. So can anybody name me the quadratic formula? Quadratic formula is not given one. Okay. This exam for Form 4, you got no formula sheet one because you don't need any formula sheet. So, can I have formula? Forgotten. Anyone? Minus b plus minus b square. Square root first, b square minus 4ac over 2a. Okay, so this is how you will solve. Okay, let us use the same way, this equation to do it. So let's say I have the same equation. Okay, I solve this one. Okay, we solve this. So can you tell me what is my b? Minus my b is -1, right? Plus minus, and then what is my b square minus 4ac? Okay, so here is a bit tricky, my dear. If you just write like that, right, you're going to lose mark. Because even you key in your calculator like that, is it correct or not? Is it correct or not? Anyone? Is it correct or not?
Need bracket.
Is it correct or not?
We need bracket.
Sorry? Yeah, I need bracket, right? Okay. So thank you so much for the response. So there is a bracket here. Without the bracket, right, you will be wrong. The whole question wrong, in fact. So tak berbaloi lah. Okay. So b square minus 4, what is my a? My a is 1. My c is -6. Okay. And then over 2a. My a is 1 again. Okay. So this one, be careful. You will have 1 and then you have plus minus. Okay. Everyone, this one, right? You just use calculator to key in the one under the square root so that you can fill in the number first. Okay. So what is the number inside the square root? What is the number inside the square root? 1 minus is plus 24. So 25 lah. Okay. Then over 2. Is it okay? So in that case, you can have two answers. One is 1 plus square root 25. Square root 25 is very easy. You can straight away get the, okay, never mind. I just expand it out because sometimes it may not be so nice. Ayo, this one writing pad, come to the bottom, tak boleh pakai already. Okay, so never mind. I'll do it here. Okay. All right. So let me do it here. Okay. Square root 25 over 2. Okay. So confirm the one. Okay. So sorry, I'm also exploring with this thing. I cannot erase already because it was the previous one. Okay. No worries. Then we use white color. Continue here. Okay. So I will actually get two answers. One is 1 plus square root 25 over 2. Another one is 1 minus square root 25 over 2. So this one, you will see that it is 1 plus 5 over 2, which gives you 3. This is 1 minus 5 over 2, which gives you -3. -4 divided by 2. So you get -2. Isn't that you're getting the same answer? Okay. So you will see that whatever method that you use, you are coming back to the same answer. Okay. So move on to the third method. Okay. Move on to the third method. So third method is what? Anyone can tell me? Third method is the first part that you learn in from 4.
Teacher, is that the completing the square?
Very good. Who is that on the line?
Manjari.
Yes, Manjari, you are right. Okay, I'm having most of the form 4 answering, form 5 answering me. So the form 4 one only Kanaga. Okay, so far. How about the rest? I saw just Mira there also. Tanusha there also. Okay, so completing the square, okay, is the last one. So can we go on with completing the square? Okay, so completing the square, the first important thing is you must know that the A must always be equals to positive 1. If your A is not positive 1, then you have to uh, do something to make it positive 1. Okay, I repeat, if your A is not positive 1, then you have to do something to make your A become positive 1. You can do something like divide by 3 times 3 times negative 3, or divide by 1 over negative 1 over 3, things like that. So you will do the same for the whole equation. Okay, and remember that that is only applicable to equation. Yeah, when you do function, completing the square for function, you cannot do anything but to accept it. Oh, yeah, you can factorize it up. Okay, then later on you have to put it back. All right, so that is completing the square. All right, so first thing, remember, you must make it A equals to +1. Okay, second thing is that you must have two brackets that you add yourself, plus b over 2 minus b over 2. Okay, this is something that you have to add yourself. Okay, then the third one will be okay, the third one will be making it become this one, big bracket square plus small bracket square, and then plus c. Okay, I repeat, you have to make it become this form. Yeah, big bracket square plus small bracket square plus c. Okay, I think this one should be minus lah. Big bracket square minus small bracket square plus c. Okay, can I call out my eraser? Okay, big bracket square minus small bracket square plus c. Okay, yeah, this one is an unchanged condition. I repeat, yeah. So you must make sure that you always fulfill these three. First step, A is equals to +1. Second step, you must have plus b over 2 square minus b over 2 square. And then third step is you must make sure that your final answer comes to this big bracket square minus small bracket square plus c. Okay, let us use this example to do it again. All right, so this question is x squared minus x minus 6 equals to 0. Okay, so remember that for this type of completing the square, right, our A, is it 1? Yes, it's +1 already. And then the second step, to do this one, we have to separate the x and the -6. We separate like that, so that the x squared minus x you copy back, then only you put in this one, plus b over 2 square minus b over 2 square, then plus our c. Okay, so we have to fill in the blank here. Huh? So what is our b? What is our b from this equation? -1, right? What is our b? -1. So we put in here -1. Is it okay? And then what is our b here? Also the same, -1. Okay, what is our c? What is our c?
-6.
Very good. Our c is -6. So we put in -6. Isn't that we fulfill what we should have here? Okay, so we have our A is 1. Our B, the second step is plus B over 2 square minus B over 2 square. And our C, now we're going on to C lah. Okay, so the third step. Our C is -6. Remember to put in. Okay, so I think I have to draw a line here. Sorry. Someone is driving motorcycle. So the three thing here will make us become the big bracket square minus small bracket square plus c. So our plus c will be -6 here. Is it okay? So the first three term will make into the bracket. Okay, so it's something like that. Now you're going to take the first term with square and the last term with square to put it in. Right? So you check what are the terms with square. This one, Am I right? And this one. Okay, so you're going to just put them in, bring them into the bracket. So when you bring them into bracket, you see this one x squared. Memang got square already, ma. So when you bring in into the bracket with a square, right, you don't bring in the square anymore. You bring in the x. Is it okay? Yeah, you bring in the x. And then this one, minus 1 over 2 with the square, right? So when you bring in, you also don't bring in the square. Okay, so you just bring in the minus 1 over 2. Is it okay? So this first three term will become big bracket square. Then the minus the small bracket will be minus 1 over 2, still the same. Then plus c. Your c is minus 6, so you copy back. Then you come to the last step, which is just simplify that. Okay. Now this one, I want to ask a question. Can we do like this? Can we do minus minus become positive? Can we do minus minus become positive?
No,
Why no?
because there is square.
Very good. Because there is a square. So we always have to do the square first. Then only we can expand the bracket. Do you see that? So many of you will tend to like mistaken that minus minus. Yeah, don't do that. Okay, don't do that because the whole thing will become wrong. So write back the minus here. Okay, write back the minus and then just continue expanding the square first. So the minus I write here, so I get 1 over 4 here, right? And then minus 6. So now you come to this step, minus half square, big bracket. Okay, this one, don't do anything to the big bracket, yeah? So now your calculator, minus 1 over 4 minus 6, what do you get? Calculator, please. Calculator, please. Minus 1 over 4 minus 6, what do you get? Minus 25 over 4. Okay, is everybody getting it? Minus 25 over 4, right? Minus 25 over 4. Okay, so are you done actually? You are not done, it's just that my screen got no more place to write, so I'm going to move it up here lah. Okay, I think I cannot erase this one as well. Yeah, I cannot erase already. Okay, so I'm just continuing here. So usually they are equals to 0. All these are equals to 0, equals to 0. Okay, so also equals to 0, equals to 0. So now you can solve it by bringing the fraction. Okay, this one is minus. Okay, this one square equals to 25 over 4. Because the negative 25 over 4, I'm bringing it to the other side. So now I can have, okay, this one I need to square root. Remember, square root 25 over 4. Okay, so when you have x minus half, the whole thing square, then you square root 25 over 4. So remember, when you square root 25 over 4, what should you do in front of the square root? What should you do in front of a square root?
Plus minus sign.
Very good, plus minus sign. So that now you can have two solutions also. One is x minus 1 over 2 equals to 5 over 2. X minus 1 over 2 equals to negative 5 over 2. Okay, so as you do it, you will finally realize that your answer will come to x equals to 3, x equals to negative 2. Okay, so that is how all of them, if you now look at it again, right, all is giving you the same answer. Okay, the first method is giving you 3 and negative 2. The second answer also 3 and negative 2. The third answer is also 3 and negative 2. Okay, so it's just why is it that you must learn the 3 method? Why is it that you must learn the 3 method? Okay, so now we're going to discuss why must you learn 3 method. Anyone? Anyone can enlighten me? Why do you think that you must learn tree method? Why must you learn tree method? Nobody knows. You just follow whatever people teach you. Remember, when do you use factorization, my dear? Factorization is always the first method that we will go to it. Why? Because it is the shortest way, isn't it? How many steps you see here? 1 step, 2 step only. That's the easiest one, isn't it? But factorization, you can only use it under certain steps, right? Certain circumstances, which is when you have beautiful answer. What does it mean by beautiful answer?
Whole number.
Yes, which means you have integer. Then only you can use factorization, isn't it? Then second thing, why do you learn quadratic formula? Okay, which means sometimes, right, when you press calculator, when you use the ABC function, right, you get the answer. So if your answer happen to be in like this beautiful way, then you are happy, right? Or even sometimes you get 5/8, okay, you can still make it become 8x minus 5, right? So it is still a beautiful answer. So this is still an integer because fraction is an integer, even though it's not whole number, okay? But how about quadratic formula? When do you use quadratic formula? Anyone? Anyone? When do you use quadratic formula?
When there's decimals.
Yeah, when the answer is very ugly. Remember, I always say this word in the class, ugly answer. What are so-called ugly answer? 0.1234567 8, like that one. Oh, so many decimals one. And then you press your ABC, the fraction button, you can never get a nice fraction also. So like this, we call it as ugly answer. That means you cannot use factorization, but you must show the formula. To show the formula, not necessarily you must copy this. Okay, for those who are fast, you can straight away come to this step. But you know, if you are slower, you tend to make mistake, then you better copy down the formula first. Then only you start to substitute them one by one. Then remember that you must show these 2 steps to see how you get the final answer. Okay. And then the third step, when do you use completing the square? When do you use completing the square? When question asks, right? We don't usually use completing the square until the question says that using completing the square method. Am I right? Okay, there are someone in. Okay, so remember that you don't usually use completing the square method unless the question mention it. Okay, unless the question mention it, or another one is that unless the question asking you to express your final answer in this way. Okay? Express your final answer in this way, where they ask you to write an a p plus no x plus p, sorry, x plus p square plus q. Okay, do you remember this one? Oh, the square should be outside. X plus p square plus q. Okay, do you remember this? What form do you call this? Anyone remember? Sometimes the question will ask you to express your answer in this form, right? So if they ask you to express in this form, which means they also want you to write in, use completing the square, then only you will come to this big bracket square minus small bracket square plus c method. Okay, so this one, what do you call? What form? Anyone? What
Vector.
form? Ah, what is that? What is that, Kanaga?
Already.
Huh? Already reduced? What is that? vertex form. Okay, vertex form. All right. So unless question asks you to express vertex form. Okay, now I want you to take a 2 minutes to 3 minutes. Okay, now let us have a 5 minutes break. Okay, we have a 5 minutes break. I want you to observe this table and then you tell me whether do you have any problem. I want you to digest this whole diagram because this is the essence of 2.1. Okay, 2.1, which you have to learn to solve quadratic equation. Can I give you 5 minutes time? Okay, so that I can drink some water, then you digest, then I'll come back. Okay? Can everybody? You can go to a washroom for a while, then you will come back. Okay, 5 minutes break, everyone. 8.55 already. We come back at 8.59 or 9 o'clock. Okay? So everybody take a break. Okay? Go and drink some water. So we'll come back. Okay, is everybody back? Is everybody back? Can I see hands if you are back? Tina, are you back? Danusha, Anna, Shazana, Manjari, Faiza. Oh, it's back, right? Okay, good. All right, let's continue. Okay, so this was any question regarding this chart? Any question?
No.
No, so I hope that when I simplify it, become like that, right? You can have everything in one shot, okay, which is easier for you when you learn. Okay, so now this part, okay, we are still recording. I forgot to stop. Okay, so now we want to solve questions. Okay, let's do some question. I actually haven't give out these notes because I'm not sure whether do you still need or not. Okay, let me launch a poll here. Okay, I want to know, do you need notes? Okay, can you answer me here? Yes or no? Okay, do you think that you need notes like the previous one that I've provided to you? Okay, I actually want to give you, okay, I will be giving you soft copy lah. I will be giving you soft copy so that you photostat yourself. Okay, then you will, yeah, so you can decide whether you need the notes or not. Okay, so it's from the same teacher, okay, who I make use of her notes or his notes. Okay, so yeah, some majority still needs. How about the rest? Okay, so this will be the notes that I found. Okay, so we have done this part. Okay, the general form and then the roots. Okay, so this one we have done. I want to straight away go to the exercise. Okay, all right, here. Okay, I think we should solve it together. Can you take out your paper? Okay, you don't have to copy the question. Okay, but I want you to just you know do it together with me lah. Okay, so let's start. Find the roots. Yeah, so these roots are, oh, forgot to share screen again. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Okay, so this one. Okay, I'm saying the notes are later I'll send to your respective class lah. You can print yourself from there. Okay, so find the roots. So the keyword here is roots. Okay, so when you find roots, which means you're finding the x or whatever the final answer is lah of the quadratic equation by using completing the square method. Okay, give your answer to 2 decimal places. Okay, so they want completing the square. So as I mentioned, if the question asks for completing the square, then you cannot run away but to do it. Okay, so let's do it together. Question 1. Okay, so I have 2x squared equals to 4x minus 1. Okay, 2x squared equals to 4x minus 1. Okay, so what's our first thing? Do you remember completing the square? What is this one? The first step is the a must be equals to positive 1. Second step is we want to do a plus b over 2 square minus b over 2 square. Third step we want to do is big bracket square minus small bracket square plus c. Okay, so now the first step, we must make a equals to 1. So we put everything to one side first. 2x squared minus 4x plus 1 equals to 0. So now it's our a 1? No, right? So we must take out the 2. So how to make 2 become 1? We can each divided by 2. Am I right? So now we will have x squared minus 2x plus 1 over 2 equals to 0. Am I right? X squared minus 2 plus 1 over 2 equals to 0. So now you have nicely a 1. in front. Okay, then you are done with step 1. Okay, so now we want to move on to second step, which is to have the plus b over 2 minus b over 2. So remember, when we do that, we actually have to divide them to 2 parts, right? Where the x is 1 part, the number is 1 part, so that this is where the b comes in. So x squared minus 2x, I copy back. Then this dotted line here, I will plus b over 2 squared minus b over 2 squared. Then plus half, continue. Is that okay? Yeah. So now the first 3 terms, remember, they are with the square. The first 3 terms, I'm going to put them into big bracket, then minus small bracket, plus half equals to 0. Okay, we're going to do that. So now let's continue. Okay, our big bracket square. So x already have square, no need to bring in the square x. Then, okay, where's my b? Where's my b? My b is negative 2, so I'll bring in negative 2. You understand that? So that it is not confusing for you lah. Okay, I think many of you, the way I teach right previously maybe doesn't help you. So now I try to improve. So now my x, I take out 1, and then my negative 2 over 2, I bring in. Negative 2 over 2 can simplify. Can, right? Become negative 1. Okay, square. And then this one just copy back, minus 1. Okay, also square, and plus half. Okay, big bracket square minus small bracket square plus c. Okay, so now let's copy back again. X minus 1 square minus, okay, this one. Negative 1 holding square first. We must do the square first. We must do the square first. Okay, so it become 1 inside, then plus half equals to 0. So now x minus 1 square. Okay, this one simplify first. Minus 1 minus plus half, you get minus half equals to 0. So now you get x minus 1 square equals to half. So now you square root it. Square root half, so you have plus minus. So meaning you can open up, become x equals to positive square root half plus 1, or x equals to negative square root half plus 1. Am I right? Okay, so here you press calculator because they want 2 decimal place. Okay, so 2 decimal place, calculator. What do you get here? Square root half plus 1. Can I have the answer, please? Anyone with calculator here? I didn't, this one, my calculator is in my bag. Let's go and take my calculator, okay?
Nine.
Yeah, what is the answer? What's the answer? Can I get? .3 square root 0.5 and then plus 1. So 1.707. But because of 2 decimal place, so you get 1.71. Okay. Then another one is minus negative square root 0.5 and then minus and then plus 1. So I get 0.292, right? So but they want 2 decimal place only, 29. Is that okay? So you get 2 answers. Clear, right? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Yes, so let's move on to the blue pen. I want to go on to 2B. Okay, so 2B. Okay, so they want to use quadratic formula. Okay, so x. So write down the question first. The safest way is to always do like that. 2x squared equals to 7 minus 4x. Then we change it to become general form first. Plus 4x minus 7 equals to 0. Then you have A equals to 2, B equals to 4, C equals to 7. Okay, so in that case, you have x equals to minus B plus minus B squared minus 4AC. Okay, over 2A. Okay, sorry, my A is 2. So straight away substitute everything. 2. So you have to repeatedly memorizing this now. Okay, when you go toilet ka, when you're bathing ka, so just minus b plus minus b squared minus 4ac over 2a. But again, I told you already, your b squared minus 4ac is your discriminant, right? When I teach you, remember? Yeah. So minus 4 here plus square root. Okay, what's this you have? 16. Okay, so press calculator. 4 square minus 4 times 2 times 7. Okay, you get negative 40. Oh, you get negative 40. Minus 4ac. Oh, so you have a negative answer, right? Correct. 16, 28 on 56. 28 times 2, oh no, 56 minus 16, you get negative 40. Okay, doesn't matter. You get negative 40 over 4. So this tells you what? When this is the discriminant is answer, right? So do you have answer? Plus 4x minus 7, correct? So minus b plus minus b squared minus 4ac. Yeah. So which means this one no real roots. Why? Because whenever we have square root, anything the b squared minus 4ac less than 0, right? Okay. So you will write here because b squared minus 4ac less than 0. Hence, there is no real roots. Remember? Which means later when you sketch your graph, like they are like that, okay, or like that, or like that, which means all of them not crossing your x-axis. Is that okay? Clear, right? Can I see hands if you are good? Yeah, let me paste this one here first. Okay, majority yes. Okay, good. Okay, so Shazana, Kenna, and then Hannah also okay. All right, so that's it for question 2b. Okay, questions 3, can we try? Okay, so let us continue with question 3. Then only we will move on to 2.3. So this is basically completing the square introduction. Yeah, okay. So the next lesson we go on with 2.3, which is form quadratic equations. And then 2.4, you will have sum of roots and product of roots to solve for. Okay, so basically this one is the old syllabus but it is the same concept. Okay, it's just that they make it become smaller parts, whereas in your new syllabus these are all in 2.2 only. Okay, your quadratic equations and functions. Okay, so yeah, let's continue with this one. Okay, solving them. Question 3 now. Okay, so they ask you to solve, they ask you to factorize the equation and hence state their roots. So this one already very clearly you can use method 1 because they ask you to factorize. Okay, so same thing. Okay, so 5a, 5a, right? 3a. Okay, you have x squared minus 5x minus 3. So we can have two brackets. Remember that. Okay. So now when you press your calculator, everyone, equation degree is 2. Okay, so what is our A? 1. What is our B? -5. What is our C? -3. Hey, how to factorize leh? This one is not nice number. What? X1, X2. Cannot, huh? 1 and -5 and -3. We have long number. I get my X is 5.5414. 5414. Do you get the same? 5414. Another one is X equals to -0.5414. So, okay. So which means this method cannot use. Why? Because not nice number, ugly number. Remember, ugly number cannot use factorization. Okay. So what do we do? Ugly number ma. So ugly number we use. Ugly number we use formula. Okay. So here I thought they want factorization. Okay. So which means cannot. Then we use back the same way lah. Okay. We have 3a. So we will do the x equals to minus. Okay, let's write down first. A equals to 1. B equals to -5. C equals to -3. Okay, so we will start to use the formula. X equals to minus B plus minus B square. Remember, this negative is you add yourself one. A lot of you will forget about this negative. Okay, because you saw that your B like got negative already, then you forgot about the formula negative. Okay, so it's minus B plus minus B square, putting square, minus 4AC. Okay, so not to confuse you, so I write better. Okay, so over 2A. Okay, so it's 5 plus minus, okay, what is B square minus 4AC? B square is 25. I come out first. B square is 25 plus 12. So you have square root. 13. 25 plus 12 not minus because yeah, so should be 37. Square root 37 over 2. Okay, so which means you can have 5 plus square root 37 over 2 and 5 minus square root 37 over 2. Okay, so in that case, this will be the one that gives us 5.5414. This is the one giving us negative 0.5414. Is it clear? So we have solved 3a. 3b should be the same now, huh? 2x squared. This is, I thought this is the one that we cannot solve just now. Because your b square minus 4ac, you get 16 square minus 4 times 2 times 7 and negative 7. Can this one because got minus. You got 72. Yeah, this one should be able to solve. Okay, let's check. You always check with the equation first. You use your ABC to check first. Are they nice number or not? So also do a double check on your answer lah. Also not nice answer. Okay, you get very long number, so tak boleh lah. So it's a very ugly number. I get x is, wait, let me write down first, 1.1213. Another one is x is negative 3.121. So there's no what do you call that? No nice number, ugly number. So which means you cannot run away from doing the formula. So it's a crucial step to solve this. Okay, write down first. A equals to 2, B equals to 4, C equals to negative 7. So minus B, minus 4 lah, minus 4. Okay, minus B plus minus B square minus 4AC. So 4 square minus 4AC over 2A. 2A. Okay, so it become, wait, I put this on 19 first so that it's not burning for you. So this is x equal to, okay, so minus 4 plus, okay, what do you have here? 16 plus 52. Is it the previous one I was made mistake? Positive 56, 16 plus 56, 72. 16 plus 56, 72 over 4. Okay, so you can straight away from here, you can come to this step already. It is fine. Why? Because people know that this one is quick. You can have the plus minus here. Okay, or at this step, you can straight away take off this one plus minus. Then you straight away plus, and then you write one more time, comma, negative 4 minus square root 72 over 4. Is that okay? So either one. You can write like that. Okay, very clear cut. As long as you show this step. This step is crucial one. We want to see this whole formula being substituted here. Yeah, so that's it. Is it clear? I think just now one did I solve wrongly? Yeah, because careless mistake. Let me place it here first. Okay, let me look back here. Okay, the question is
Sir?
like that. Yeah.
For
Plus,
2B, right, you see for C is negative 7, not 7.
oh no, that's why no. Yeah, so this part wrong already. So should be the same solution one because you can see that they are the same, right? So it is actually the same lah. Okay, I think the teacher didn't set it correctly because by right when you factorize, right, you can factorize one. It's not like you use quadratic formula then the same equation for what you cannot factorize one. Okay, I remember that when you have ugly number you cannot factorize them. Okay, so this one is I do mistake now. Let me what can I do? Let me crop this one. And I crop? I can crop. Okay, so how to crop? Cannot. Okay, yeah, never mind. Let me just what can I do? Okay, I can crop because otherwise later I send out already. They all okay. Okay, now let's just crop here. Okay. Okay, oh, I don't do like that. I will do it like that. Okay, so here I'll just add in the first step. Okay, so today's lesson, can you understand? Can I see hands if you can understand? Oh, wait. One, A must be plus 1. Number two, your big plus b over 2 square minus b over 2 square. And then the third method is big bracket square minus small bracket square plus c. Okay, yeah. And I put it inside here. This one I put it. Okay, so that it's not confusing for those. Okay, so can I see hands, please? Everybody can understand. Okay, so I will be sending out the notes, then you print it yourself. Okay, then easier lah. That way I don't have to like make sure that you know who don't get, who get. Okay, do you want to have a class next week? Yes or no? Can you respond in a chat box? Okay. Let me also ask a poll otherwise very susah. I want to know who can, who cannot attend. Okay. Here I have about class next week. Okay, can you answer this poll, please? The third one. I mean next week now, Okay, one person no. Okay, next week got anything special? No, right? Okay. I have about 18, 17 people left here. Okay. At least I want to have more votes lah. Then I'll do. You got Bible SPM quiz. Oh, okay. Understand. How about the rest? Eh? Okay, at least I have 12 votes, which means at least I still have 12 people attending, then I should be doing that. Okay, so next week we will do the SOPOR, we will do the forming equations. Okay, all right, so that's it for today. Okay, any more question to ask before we end? Now it's 9:24. If there's no more question, then I'll end here. So I will be sending out the notes, this PowerPoint, and also the recording. Okay, I'll send out 3 things lah, so that you can catch back whenever you need to. Okay, all right. If there's no question, then I would like to end here, everyone. So take care, drink more water. Yeah, stay safe. Yeah, thank you, everyone. Yeah, you're welcome, Faiza, Tanusha, Winning. Bye bye, Michelle. Yes, you're welcome. You're welcome, Tena.
Thank you, teacher.
Yeah. Yes, you're welcome, Majari. Bye bye. Yeah, bye bye, everyone. Bye bye, Putri. Yeah. Bye bye, Watanabe. Okay, bye bye.